This is the prep packet video for Unit 3, Chapter 8.2, Objective Number 5. In this objective, we're going to look at adding and subtracting rational expressions that have denominators that have factors that are basically the reverse of each other. And we've talked about this a little bit in another video, and I want you to take a look at this. So I can start out with an expression that says A minus B. And I can take this and multiply it by -1, and it will end up as -A plus B. I distributed that -1 over both of the members of the parentheses. And that's pretty cool because I can rewrite that as B minus A. If I have a fraction, I can do the same thing. And remember, with fractions, I have to follow certain rules. So if I start out with 5 over A minus B, I'm going to multiply the numerator by -1 and the denominator by -1. And I'll end up with -5 over -A minus B. And again, I will distribute here, and I'll end up with -A plus B. And to write that more elegantly, I'll have -5 over B minus A. Sometimes people also do this, and you see it in your book a lot. Well, they'll put the negative sign out in front. Remember, the negative sign can go to either the numerator or the denominator. In this case, it's more clear if we put it in here. So let's take a look at our problem. On your sheet, the problems are on 2 problems on 1 page. For my sake, since I have to write so gigantically, I'm putting them on 2 different slides. So let's take a look at this first one. Now, one thing I want you to remember, generally speaking, we like to have the variable first. It just looks better if we have the variable first, r minus 4. That just makes me feel better. 4 minus r, it's still a legal move, but it's just not as elegant for some reason. So I want you to look at something like this and work on this one. We have nothing to factor here, so factoring is out. But we do have to do a little fine-tuning. So we're going to fine-tune this one, and we're going to multiply it by 1, which is the same as anything over itself, -1 over 1. So that will turn that into -2r over -4 minus r. Okay, so let's come down here and rewrite everything. So we have 4 over r minus 4 minus -2r over, and let's fix that, -4 plus r, which I can redo as -2r over r minus 4. So I have 4 plus, because a minus is a plus, 2r over r minus 4. So what I did was I factored, which I actually didn't factor, I didn't need to. I fine-tuned up here where I did my multiplication. I didn't have to find a missing factor, but I did have to fix and finish. Okay, let's take a look at this last problem. It's a little more difficult. I can factor here. F for factor. So I'm going to come over here and write this one. 4 minus r plus 9 over, this is the difference of squares, r plus 4 times r minus 4. So now I know that I need to do the next thing, which is fine tune. This is okay. This needs some work. So I'm going to say negative 4, negative 4 minus r. And that will transform into negative 4 over, once I fix that, that's negative 4 plus r, so I can write it as r minus 4. Plus 9 over r plus 4 times r minus 4. Now I get to find my missing one. Now, in this case, the common denominator would be here. I have r minus 4 already, so I need that. So I'm going to do this. Negative 4 times r plus 4 over r minus 4 times r plus 4, because remember now I have my brand new shiny denominator, plus 9. Distribute, so I'll have negative 4r minus 16, because a negative times a positive is a negative, and plus 9. That will turn into negative 4r minus 7 all over r minus 4 times r plus 4. And I'm done. So go back and copy what you need, and that's it for this objective.